Hi guys, welcome back to our story, and boy do I have a great one for you today. It is actually a Reading Rainbow book. If you have ever watched Reading Rainbow, it's amazing. The book we have today is Caps for Sale, a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. Oh, I can't wait to get into this. It was written by Esfir Slobodkina. I don't know how to say his name. I tried. I'll type it in the comments. Caps for Sale. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like any ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He actually carried them on top of his head. First he had on his own checkered cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very tippy top, a bunch of red caps. Here they are. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as to not upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up and down the street, and he walked, and he kept calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said. And he walked out of town slowly, so as to not upset his caps. There he is. He's walking right out of town. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," he thought. And he sat down very slowly under the tree, and he leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as to not disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checkered cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very, very top. Wow, he did a very good job sitting down. That takes talent. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. Ooh, he was tired. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. Oh, he must have had a very nice nap. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were there in the right place. All he felt was his own checkered cap. Oh no! What happened to all his caps? Oh my goodness, where could they be? He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked in back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Oh my goodness. Where did his caps go? Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see what he saw. I can't wait. On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. Ah! All the monkeys had on all of his caps. The peddler looked at the monkeys, and the monkeys looked at the peddler. to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them, "you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Zzz, zzz, zzz." Well, this made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both of their hands back at them, and he said, "Bzz, bzz, bzz." Well, I don't think monkeys can speak. That's how they were talking to the man. They were just going, "Zzz, zzz, zzz." Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his feet and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stomped their feet back at him and said, "Zzz, zzz, zzz." Oh, I think that they were copying him. What do you think? By this time, the peddler was really, very, very angry. He stamped both of his feet and shouted, You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But guess what? The monkeys only stamped both of their feet back at him and said, "Zzz, zzz, zzz." They were copying him. They were copying exactly what he was doing. At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap. He threw it on the ground and began to walk away. He was so angry and frustrated he didn't know what to do. Oh, what's going to happen next? But then, each monkey pulled off his cap. What? Remember, the monkeys were copying what he was doing. So what do you think happened? And all the gray caps and all the brown caps and all the blue caps and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. They all came tumbling down. Oh my goodness. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checkered cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps, and that was it on the very, very top. Stacked them up all nice and neat, and he put them back on his head. And slowly, ever so slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." And there he was, walking back to town. Now, one thing that we forgot to do today, and that was to count how many caps that he had. Are you ready to count them? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 caps. That is a lot of caps. And he got them all back from the monkeys in the tree. My friends, that is the end of our story. Caps for sale. I hope you enjoyed it. Meet me back here for Bible.